Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. This is going to be the weekly reading for the general collective, so this is for each and every single one of us, so please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You know, you can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that really affects my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit challenging at times, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands, because you know when that happens I drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. So I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading, which I would absolutely love. I love being able to connect with you guys one-on-one. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life, so make sure you're checking out that description box down below. So okay, before we get into cards, and by the way, you may hear background noise. I do have my fan going. It is really hot down here in Oklahoma, very humid as well. The fan is the only thing I have to keep me cool, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, so all right, before we get to cards, I am going to get an angel number from the spirit board. Now I also encourage you to look it up as well, because spirit may take you somewhere else, you know. So all right, spirit, for my collective for this week up ahead, an angel number 263. Okay, angel number 263. Eventually I'll get me a book where I can just look these up, you know, from a book. Angel number 263 signifies a need to clear negative energy from your home and welcome positive vibrations. It combines the energies of numbers 2, 6, and 3, each carrying its own significance. This number suggests a focus on home and family, encouraging you to create a positive and loving environment. So in essence, seeing 263 is a gentle nudge from your angels to evaluate your home environment and make positive changes. This could involve decluttering, redecorating, or simply adjusting your mindset to foster a more positive and loving atmosphere. Ooh, I really like that one. That one was a good one. All right, let's get to tarot here. So, all right, we're going to be getting 6 cards here. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and in all things and at all times and in all ways. What is it that my collective needs to know for this week up ahead? All right, we got the Emperor showing up here, Aries energy, you know, fiery energy right off the bat here. All right, what else does my collective need to know here? I feel like, oh look, strength now. So now we got Aries and Leo showing up here. 2 fire signs back to back. Wow, okay. tapping into our own inner fire. We also have the Five of Swords coming in here. So swords is air. Air is the power of the mind. 2 fire signs. Fire is the power of taking action. We also have the Ace of Swords. So fire and air here working together. What else do we have here? Got the Six of Pentacles. All right, one more. So Pentacles is earth energy. Earth is the power of the physical body. And we got the Seven of Cups. So, all right, we got all 4 elements showing up here. So, let's see here. So, Pentacles is earth. Earth is the power of the physical body, being present. Cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. So, all right, how are we seeing ourselves this week up ahead? Oh, a strength. Okay, we're tapping into our inner power, our inner strength here, you guys. So Leo energy coming in here, very strong start here. It is a number 8, and 8s recognize limitations, so they either move past them or stay within their bounds. So you know, fire people take action, you guys. So I don't think they're just like, I'm just going to stay here where it's safe in my boundary. I think they're going to branch out. So we're seeing ourselves, you know, courageous. You know, we're tapping into and leaning on our own inner strength. We are patient, we are kind, we are confident, and we have willpower. And you know, all of these things represent the strength of the mind as opposed to physical power. So we're relying on our inner strength here, you guys. And you know, this woman here is kneeling beside this lion atop a cliff. You know, she has tamed this lion. She rests her left hand on the lion's face, cupping his chin, unafraid that he will do her harm. Now left, you know, our left is our receiving energy. So she is receiving, you know, the strength from that lion as well. In her right hand here, she holds a staff with an orb. Both, you know, they're symbols of infinity here, you guys. You know, she can see what's coming before it comes. And the eagles soaring above them, they are birds of power, vision, and determination. So, you know, we're not taking no for an answer pretty much here is what Spirit is saying. So see yourself as a bold, strong, courageous, confident, capable person. All right, a theme for this week up ahead is coming through as this Ace of Swords. So, you know, aces are all about new beginnings, new opportunities being made available to us here. So, you know, and swords is the power of the mind, you guys. This is our sword of truth, you know, in a stone, kind of like Arthur when he pulled the sword from the stone. It is your sword of truth. You can cut through any lies, BS, deception here, you know. So this is us using the power of our mind, of our intellect, in a just and righteous manner. It indicates resolving a situation, you know, and not being cruel about it, you guys. Having that calm, cool, steady, level head. You know, it's a time to be steadfast because, you know, we are achieving victory here this week, you guys. You know, it represents new beginnings, a new point of view, or even, you know, being inspired. You know, the roses here, the butterflies are symbols of transformation, change, growth. Roses are beautiful, but they also have thorns. They are not afraid to poke you if you cross, you know, a line or try to harm them in any way, shape, or form. All right, a challenge we will face this week is coming from this Five of Swords here. So, you know, fives can be trouble, instability, and unpredictability coming through here. So it definitely doesn't paint a very bright picture here, does it, with the imagery here? So the challenge is overcoming here, you guys. Like, you know, we've been betrayed. You know, as long as we're alive, we're going to go through some kind of challenges. Someone's going to betray us. Someone's going to stab us in the back, right? Someone may have cheated or used an unfair advantage to win. So, you know, we got to look out for ourselves, and we got to try to claim what is rightfully ours, yet hurting others in our own self-interest will lead to shallow victories. You know, as you can see, you know, she's been stabbed, the blood's running down, and this figure here, you know, he's victorious, right? He got the upper hand, you know, Dirty Dylan, right? But he is looking back, you know. You know, he's taken her other 3 swords and he's running off with it. And, you know, he seems pleased with his victory, yet, you know, he is pausing to look back like, ooh, maybe I just burnt a bridge I can't get back. You know, we never know what it's going to cost someone. You know, we only know the weight of our own thoughts and feelings on a situation. So, you know, it may look one way and be another way, and we may never know, and we have to be okay with it. So, all right, something to remember. You know, this is something you've already learned that will be useful, and it's coming in as the Emperor here, which is a number 4. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you know, succession here, you guys. So 4s are stability, order, and the benefit of having a strong, steady, solid foundation. You know, the Emperor has taken his time. You know, he's building his kingdom to last. So we need structure. We need protection. We need to step into our authority. You know, the Emperor here is the ultimate guardian and patriarch. So, you know, we fall under the umbrella of someone's protection, and then other people fall under the umbrella of ours. So he's holding the staff here in his right hand, the symbol of life everlasting. You know, Emperor is a king, and kings are leadership, you know, their foundation, their structure, right? And, you know, he's balancing this orb here with his left, which represents the world he rules and protects. So think about the world that, you know, your domain that you have been given to rule here, you guys. And the eagle showing up here carries another orb, which represents the power, dominance, and vision of the Emperor himself. You know, she had an orb up here too. So 3 orbs here, you guys, showing us that, you know, 3 separate messages that are going to come to us ahead of time, so we're not caught off guard. And, you know, he's wearing this crown here, you know, which bears the horns of a ram, which is a symbol of assuredness and intelligence. And, you know, he's wearing it on his head, so he's protecting his thoughts here, you guys. He stands sure-footed, protecting his domain. So, you know, someone that came before you showed you how to be a ruler, you know, how to be sovereign, but how to do it the right way, okay, so that you know how to protect what is under your domain, under your authority. So lesson you are learning now is coming from the Seven of Cups here. So like I said, cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. Sevens are challenges, responsibility, and personal development. So, you know, this is a card of imagination, you guys, you know, dreams, flights of fancy. So, you know, it indicates that the person in question, whether it's you or someone else you're wanting to know about, is scattering their energies or dealing with too many options. You know, it represents living in a dream world. You know, this person is avoiding responsibilities and creating illusions. You know, this woman here, she is hitching a ride here on the back of this dragon, and as she flies, this little sprite here offers her a cup, but she doesn't reach for it. You know, she refuses to touch ground and face her true emotions. She's perfectly content where she remains, flying through the clouds. So, you know, she's got her head in the clouds, her head in the sand, you know, refusing to look at things, doesn't want to make a choice, doesn't want to make a decision, which that in itself is a choice and a decision, right? But, you know, at some point we got to come down, back down to earth, you know, and take responsibility and grow up. We can't be Peter Pan forever, right? All right. So, a gift that you will receive this week is coming from the Six of Pentacles, and I absolutely love it, you guys. Earth energy being present. You know, this is about giving and receiving and having it in balance and in harmony. Sixes, you know, return to that state of harmony and balance naturally. So, just go with the flow here. Now, this could be in the form of material possessions, a loan, or, you know, possibly knowledge that someone wants to give you, advice or emotional support even. So it could be, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally here, you guys. And you know, someone may want to mentor you, or you may find that you are going to mentor someone else. Benefactor, recipient type of relationship. You know, this woman here is harvesting the fruits of her labor, and she shares this wealth with these hungry birds, and in turn these hungry birds are helping her. You know, when we want help, sometimes we also have to be like, okay, you know, there was someone there when I needed help, and now it's my turn to help someone else. So, you know, it's a chain of love here, you guys, bringing it into balance. All right, let's get some fortune cookies for this week up ahead. Let's see what else we need to know here. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Oh boy, that is way too many, but let me see. That one, these two are face up. All right. Ooh. Spirit said take that one and that one as well. So, all right, we got a few here. Let me pull them up. We have planning. Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. You know, that Emperor is planning ahead for a rainy day even. We have wisdom. To focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person, which will allow you to move on. So, you know, that person wants to share their knowledge with you. We have love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Maybe you decide, hey, I'm going to leave that F-boy, F-girl alone. All right, travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancements for others. So, you know, good things up ahead here, you guys. We also have nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. You know, the lady up there has tamed that lion, you guys. It is possible to do so. All right, let's get some animal tarot here. Let's see who would like to be our spirit animal guides for this week up ahead. Okay, we already got a couple of flyers here. So we have a number 20, renewal, raccoon. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. Do not, you know, judge yourself or others too harshly here. We also have 5 of autumn, the manatee. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to start your own business or become self-employed. So, you know, you really got to step into the strength and the Emperor here. Maybe you need to do a little more healing, you know, not just yourself, but maybe your finances need some healing here as well. So it's going to be okay though. Spirit wants you to know that. So all right, you guys, these are our messages for this week up ahead. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with a razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. So this week up ahead, you know, we're into Cancer season, you guys, and we are in summer now if you're in the same hemisphere as me, and we're going from June to July, so we are welcoming in a new month. Don't forget to blow your cinnamon through your front door on the 1st. I always throw some rosemary for good health, you know, for my family, whether we have 2 or 4 legs. I also throw some salt down for protection as well. So, you know, good things are on the horizon, you guys. You just got to keep moving forward. All right, sending you so much love, light, and positive energy for this week up ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.